Hey, what's up guys? Joker here. Today we have got an all Nvidia news day. First up, we'll be talking about Nvidia's next generation GPUs, which could be hitting store shelves as soon as April of 2018. And following that, we'll be discussing what Nvidia is doing to make sure they have more graphics cards available in the market to combat cryptocurrency miners and just getting more cards out in the market for consumers in general. But first up, today's video is being brought to you by the Joker Productions Spreadshirt Shop, where we've got a brand new design. Conveniently enough, it's an Nvidia themed product called the Nvidia GimpWorks t-shirt. Just kind of making a commentary on GameWorks and how it's always messing up performance in games, especially recently with Final Fantasy 15. Boy, did they mess that one up. So go and hit up the link down in the description below if you want to grab this share or any of the others on the shop. But first up, as I said, we've got a rumor concerning Nvidia Ampere, which if you remember we talked about just a couple of months ago when this name first started circulating as possibly being the next generation of GPUs from Nvidia rather than Volta, which many of us thought it would be for a long time. We know the Titan Volta is already out in the market, but it cost about $3,000 if you want to get your hand on that card, even though it is an absolute beast. But it looks like for the consumer level market, if these rumors are true, that we will be seeing Nvidia Ampere instead, very likely due to the fact that HBM2 is expensive to produce, it's expensive to buy, and there's just a very low availability right now. And with everything we've seen so far regarding GDDR6, which is already in production and ready to go, it would seem much more likely that Nvidia is going to do a Pascal refresh with Ampere and then use GDDR6 memory on that. So this rumor is actually started over on 3D Center, which is a German website, and people are kind of speculating over there that we will see these cards around April 12th of this year, although it would seem more likely that they would do an announcement probably at GTC 2018, which is at the end of March. They typically like to announce their new products around that time, so I would definitely keep an eye out around the end of March for GTC, and maybe we might see Nvidia Ampere get announced. Now, as far as what they're targeting with the performance on these cards, the 2070 and the 2080, which are currently rumored right now, they are saying that the 2070 series will be targeting about 1080 Ti performance or even better at the kind of the low to high end, I guess you could say is the 1070, 2070 range. It's kind of low to high end, although if you're paying current graphics card prices, it's the extreme high end if you're paying $900 for those fucking things. So it's going to be targeting 2080 Ti, which is not that outlandish. As you know, the 1070 was trading blows and pretty much beating the GTX 980 Ti from the previous generation. So not that far-fetched that the 2070 would be going after that. And then we would have the GTX 2080, which would be the flagship graphics card, or GPU, I should say, of the Ampere cards, at least until we probably get a 2080 Ti somewhere further down the road. But please let me know what you think about this rumor down in the comments. Do you think this is true? Do you think we'll be getting it in April of 2018? Based on, release windows that Nvidia has used in the past, I would say that it seems like a likely time period for them to release this, as it's been quite a while since we got the Pascal graphics cards back in 2016. So yeah, it's been quite a while since we've got those cards, and I think we are definitely due for a new GPU lineup from Nvidia, and something that I am certainly excited to see. I'm sure many of you are as well, and it really remains to be seen if they can actually fill the demand of the market right now once these come out, or are they just going to be snatched up by miners day one, and then we're just going to all be left like a fart in the wind and waiting for cards to hit the market at reasonable friggin' prices. So regarding that, actually, Nvidia had put out a couple of statements from their own CEO, Jen-Hsun Huang, during their recent financial update for Q4 of 2017. And the statement that he had said, it says, from Jen-Hsun Huang, he says, "We're working really hard to get GPU down to the marketplace for gamers, and we're doing everything to advise retailers and system builders to serve the gamers. And so we're doing everything we can, but I think the most important thing is we just got to catch up for the supply." Continuing on from that, he says, "We don't set prices at the end of the market, and the best way for us to solve this problem is work and supply. The demand is great, and it's very likely the demand will remain great as we look through this quarter. And so we just have to keep working on increasing supply. We have our suppliers who are the world's best and largest semiconductor manufacturers in the world, and they're responding correctly, and I'm really grateful for everything they are doing. We got to do a catch-up on that demand, which is such really great for us. No doubt it is really great for them, as they are making money hand over fist no matter who's buying these cards. But at the end of the day, I think most of you probably want to see them getting into the hands of gamers, or just being at, what the MSRPs are, rather than these hiked up prices that we have seen as of late. So I really hope that Nvidia can actually follow up with what they're saying here, and they can kind of put their money where their mouth is and actually produce more GPUs for the market, so that whether you're a gamer or a miner, you can get the graphics card at the MSRP, because at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter which side you're on. You shouldn't have to pay more than what the MSRP is, or very, a reasonable amount above that, so that the retailers can actually turn a profit without being completely bent over a barrel and paying over $1,000 for a card that should be between $500 and $600, or paying $900 for a card that should be around $400 to $450. Charging double from a first-party retailer is never going to be okay in my eyes, although I know so many people are always like, oh, it's just supply and demand. It's just supply and demand. Yeah, well, then increase the goddamn supply and fill the demand. It's clearly been shown over the course of the past 6 to 8 months that there is a huge demand. So get off your ass, start producing more GPUs, and get them out in the market so everyone can get them and be happy at the end of the day. And with Ampere possibly coming very, very soon, I'm not really sure how they're going to fill that, as it would seem that the 10 series is coming towards its end of life, and we're probably not going to see too many 10 series cards coming out, with Nvidia possibly being right around the corner, which is usually what happens when there's a new generation of GPUs. They begin to ramp down production on the previous generation because people probably aren't going to want to be buying those as much. Although with the mining craze as big as it is, maybe they just will keep producing those GPUs. So let's discuss this down in the comments below. Also in here, Nvidia actually said that they are 10 times larger than AMD. I don't know if we can validate that statement, but they just said, we're just constrained. Obviously, we're 10 times larger, I guess that's what they meant to say, of a GPU supplier than the competition. And so we have a lot more suppliers supporting us, and a lot more distributors taking approach to market, and a lot more partners. There's some really broken English here for whoever was, typing this down. They need to slow it down a bit and get it clear, because it's hard to actually even read this. But basically what they're saying is they have 10 times the demand in the market for their graphics cards from gamers or miners than AMD. So let me know what you think about that, whether or not they'll actually be able to fill the supply and demand, and also Nvidia Ampere, if it is coming on April 12th, are you going to kind of wait for that to come out? Or, I mean, you probably are sitting on a buy button right now if you need a graphics card anyway, and you'll probably just buy the first damn thing that you come across. But hopefully when these cards come out, everyone can get a chance at actually buying one that actually wants to purchase one. So I'm going to go ahead and get out of here, guys. If you want links to any of the stories, I'll leave one down in the comments below in the pinned comment for the sources, and also over to the Joker Productions Spreadshirt shop, where you can get yourself the Nvidia Gimpworks shirt. So I'll get out of here, and I will catch you guys in the next video. And don't forget to leave a like and all that other stuff.